What up? What up? What up? What up? Welcome back to another edition of Dead End Sports 365. I'm your boy, 12 Kyle, the OG. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Make sure that you tune in each and every Tuesday and Thursday to the live show, Dead End Sports, right here on YouTube. All right. So, on this episode, what I want to talk about is my top five NBA teams of all time. Now, here's a caveat. These are the teams that I've seen. So, no, we're not talking about the 72 Lakers or the 69 Celtics. I wasn't around for that. Just to let you know, I started watching the NBA in 1980. So, I've seen a lot of great basketball. That being said, let's get to the list. All right. Coming in at number five, I've got the 85-86 Celtics. That team went 67-15. The thing that I remember about that team was that they were tough. They had lost the finals the year before against the Lakers and Magic Johnson, and so they had a lot to play for, and they had a lot to push them as far as wanting to get revenge. And once they rolled through, they kind of steamrolled through the season, and then when they got to the playoffs, they were lights out. Bird was cold. I mean, like, you couldn't stop Bird. You the only thing you could try to do was rough him up, but Bird wasn't backing down. Bird did his thing. Kevin McHale, and then you had obviously Robert Parrish holding it down in the middle. They had Danny Ainge and Dennis Johnson, very, very strong, had some solid key players off the bench. Very, very tough team, one of the greatest teams that I've ever seen in the NBA. All right, number four, I'm counting them down. Number four, I've got the 82-83 Philadelphia 76ers. That's right. This team was led by the great Julius Dr. J. Irving. I think Doc averaged like 22, 23 points a game. They had a strong backcourt with Maurice Cheeks and the Boston Strangler, Andrew Toney, in the backcourt. But the man in the middle who held everything down was my man, Moses Malone. I think he averaged like 15 rebounds a game or something like that, something crazy. And he famously predicted that they would go 4-4-4 in the series, leading up to the finals. While he was one short, because I think they had one loss. They went 12-1, but that Philly team was unbelievable, and it was the only NBA title that Dr. J won. But I remember that like it was yesterday. Number three team that I have, the 2016-2017 Golden State Warriors. You guys remember that team? Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. They went 67-15 during the regular season. The thing that I remember about that season was, they made it look effortlessly. We know that they had 73 wins the year before. Lost to LeBron, and the Cavs have recruited Kevin Durant. They got Kevin Durant. So, they went from having a 73-9 team to a better team the following year. And that team went 16-1 in the playoffs. I mean, it wasn't even close. Kevin Durant clearly established himself as the best player in the NBA, and he dominated LeBron James in the finals. That team was incredible. A lot of people have that team at one. I don't have them at one, but an incredible team nonetheless. Number two, I've got the 72-10 Chicago Bulls from 1995-96. Some people would have this team at number one, obviously led by Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman. Like I said, they went 72-10. This team was incredible. This team, in a lot of ways, they beat you before they even stepped on the floor. And it's still amazing the fact that they had, a key person on that team like Dennis Rodman, who served, I think, a 10-game suspension for kicking a cameraman, and they still won 72 games. Incredible team. A lot of people have them at one, but I've got them at number two. And at number one, I've got the 86-87 Showtime Los Angeles Lakers, obviously led by Magic Johnson. That team, I think, is probably one of the greatest teams assembled. I mean, you had Hall of Famers. You had, obviously, Magic Johnson running the show. Magic Johnson, that particular year, what I remember about that year was that Magic he was more of a scorer that year. I mean, he still facilitated, still had his assists, but he was incredible, man. I mean, like, Magic on the break was something to see. It's kind of hard to explain, but he was 6'9". He ran like a gazelle. Obviously, he could handle the pill, and he had finishers no matter where he threw the ball. I mean, they were going to finish. And Magic never really had much of a jump shot, but that year in particular, I do remember Magic, knocking down some open J's because teams would sag off of him. But incredible team nonetheless. So again, I've got the 85-86 Celtics, the 82-83 Sixers, the 16-17 Warriors, the 95-96 Bulls, and the 86-87 Lakers. And that team went 65-17 during the regular season. So that's my list. You tell me what you think. Make sure that you guys check out my page. Go over to youtube.com/spell it out TWELVEKYLE and subscribe. Also, you can check out my podcast. The 12 Kyle podcast drops every Thursday at midnight without fail. And you can find it on all DSPs. That's going to do it for me. I'll catch you guys next time. 5,000.